hope that everybody gained something coming away from it, greater chizuk, more Idrige Gavin, more Mekushit to the Rebbe, and that's what it's ultimately all about. Rabbi Gutman and Rabbi Hertz spoke about Kabbalah Sabbath. I would like to address the fact that there's Bachrim, says Bachrim is overgrown Bachrim, that came here after many years. They came here to spend the Shabbos in Yeshiva. And the fantastic idea, Bechlal, that Rabbi does auffrischen, coming back to Yeshiva. At the end of the day, I heard from when I was in Montreal, I had a shaykhus with Rabbi Karp on Hashem. When I was a chassan, I was in Montreal, and I had a shtickle shaykhus with Rabbi Karp. Rabbi Karp, yeah. He's never itself Amaisa that in Montreal there was a kufa when the Yeshiva didn't have food Shabbos. Racham used to go to various families and eat on that. Anyway, so there was a bacher who used to come to them every Friday night to eat. And then the bacher went on chassan and they're fasting out, and he moved on. He lived in Montreal. So he was walking with his wife and his little daughter. Rabbi Karp was walking with his wife and his little daughter one Shabbos, and he sees this younger man with his wife walking. So his little daughter walks over to the younger man and she says, "Then verse the tzedek habacher." Well, they want him to start coming back to their house. Then verse the tzedek habacher. Moldach was gefragt, then verse the tzedek habacher. So it's a very interesting hamtzah to come as man to Yeshiva, and to spend the Shabbos in Yeshiva, especially the way that Rabbi Yeshua Wordy did it when Yeshiva was in action, and Pashut be a Shabbos in Yeshiva. And I hope that Al-Kabban Mayinza, hopefully people that came from this Shabbos had of that type of benefit to some extent. Al-Kabban. I want to say like this. We're alle feine, ehrliche Yidden, kulam ahuvim, kulam brudim. At the end of the day, we're tmimim. And tmimim ultimately defines who we are. So we ask ourselves a question: what does it mean to be a tamim? And how does that make a difference in our practical life? Perhaps you can approach this from another angle. These days we're learning Sharichas B'Emunah. And Sharichas B'Emunah speaks about Achdus Hashem. Right? Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Yichud Le'lo, Baruch Shem Kod Mechus V'Chud V'Chato. At the end of the day, it's Achdus Hashem. Emes Malkeinu, Efezu Lasei. The Eibishter is Emes. There's absolutely nothing else besides it. The Welt and Pshat, Efezu Lasei means there's no other God besides it. He learned the Welt Pshat, there's no other God. Comes again, Tanya Alter Rebbe, and he says, no, that's not what it means. Ein Oid means there's nothing else besides it. So the Shaila is, Nigla Frecken Yedin Zach L'maynaf Kamin. How's the Maisa B'Peil going to be different? Tzich learn the Pshat, Ein Oid, there's no other God. Other learn the Pshat, Ein Oid, there's nothing else. What is the Nafkamin of the Maisa? How does my life become different if I learn Sharichas B'Emunah and I understand that Emes Malkeinu Efes V'Lasei means there's absolutely nothing else except the Eibishter? Or I learn I don't learn Sharichas B'Emunah and I learn that there's no other God, but it's not under the Zachanech. This time, normally I give a Tanya Shir in Edgeware, which I canceled this week because of this event. We happen to be learning Perek Vav at the moment. So in Darkenbetzach about that the three levushim of the Nefesh Habamis are Machshava Dibur Maaseh of anything which is not Avodas Hashem. You would think the Machshava, three levushim of the Nefesh Elokis are Machshava Maaseh mitzvahs. Three levushim of the Nefesh Habamis are Machshava Dibur Maaseh Avodas. Comes again to Alter Rebbe and he surprises you and he says, that's not what it's about. Three levushim of the Nefesh Habamis, the Klipa v'Sitra Achra, that was the Machshavas, the Burim, U'Maisa, Mashalei, L'Havayahim, L'Leiler, Tzeinei, V'Avidasa. If you're doing something which is not about the Eibishter, it's not to fulfill the Eibishter's Ratzah, it's not for the purpose of Avodas Hashem, that's the Machshav, the U'Maisa of the Nefesh Habamis, and that is Chazer Trif. That is Klipa v'Sitra Achra. Frex Hashem, what's going on over here? That which is not Tzadar Kedusha. Tzadar Kedusha is only that which is buckled to the Eibishter. And that which is not buckled to the Eibishter is not Tzadar Kedusha. It was a beautiful sikha. It was a Chedesh Elul sikha, but it's very, very. I actually said over this Nakuda last week by the Shir when we were teaching this Vart. The Rebbe asks an interesting question. The Gemara says in Rosh Hashanah, and Rosh Hashanah is supposed to say three brachas: Malchus, Zecharenis, and Sheikhs. And each one is composed of three psukim from Chumash, three psukim from Ksuvim, three psukim from Nevi'im, and then it ends with a pasuk from Torah. Yeah. So you have to take, let's say Malchias, you have to take 3 psukim that speak about the Eibishter being a king from Chumash. Then you have to pick 3 psukim that speak about the Eibishter being a king from Ksuvim, 3 psukim that speak about the Eibishter being a king from Nevi'im, and then you're Messiah with 1 pasuk from Chumash. The Gemara is a little of a problem. If you look through the Chumash from beginning to end, from Bereshis to Leini Kol Yisrael, there's only 3 psukim that mention that the Eibishter is a king. One is Parshas B'Shalach, Hashem Yimel Cha'elam B'Oed. One is in Parshas Polak. It says, Sruas Melech Boy. And one is in Parshas Zeis HaBracha, Vahi B'Shurim Melech. There's only 3 psukim in the whole of Chumash that mention that the Eibishter is a Melech. So how can you have 3 psukim from Malchias from Chumash? And then be Messiah with a pasuk from Chumash? There are no 4 psukim from Chumash that say that the Eibishter is a Melech. And for the Gemara, Shema Yisrael Nami Malchias. That the pasuk Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad is also Malchias. So you don't have 4 psukim that mention the Eibishter is a Melech. So you have no breira. The end of the bracha you finish off with Seiros. The Chazadim love it. They really go to town on it. With Seiros, Takosim, Leimer Chaim, but the commanded them. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. It doesn't say the word Melech. But the teichim from the pasuk Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad is that the Eibishter is in charge. Hashem Echad. He's the only one. He's it. And you're Yitzhak and you're from Malchis. The same Eibishter that wrote the Torah is the same Eibishter that told us that we have to daven Shmoneh Esrei on Rosh Hashanah with 10 psukim, and we have to have 4 psukim for Malchis. So couldn't we have written the Torah by Eifim and said there should be 4 psukim with Malchis? You have to write the Torah and Eifim, we only have 3 psukim. Well, the Gemara daf bringen Akasha. What are we going to do? With daf dreven of the Yevet Teretz. As Shema Yisrael's Eichet Malchis. The Eibishter can't schreiben in the Torah 4 psukim for Malchis. Yeah, so the Rebbe answers a beautiful, beautiful teretz, and it's so fundamental in our lives, b'chlal, and I think that this gives out what's the chiluk in being a tamim and being stamayid in the street who didn't have the good fortune of learning in Tanchum. Until a tamim obviously got to work on him and inspired him, and like a Bianco comes into Tanchum to get angewarnt and chapt 2 minutes time, whatever it can happen. Yeah. So the kudin is also. If we say that the Eibishter is a melech, what's a melech? A melech is somebody who calls he gives the instructions. Whatever he says, Muslim follow. If you don't listen to what he says, you're in big trouble. You have to listen to the melech. Right? That's what a melech is. What happens if you did everything the melech told you to do? And you're not in a situation where you're going to do anything that the melech told you not to do. So you're fine. You kept all his instructions. Right? He told you to do this, that, and that. You ticked them all off. You're not doing anything he told you not to do. So you're a good man. What can you do now? Now you can do whatever you want. Now you can relax. Now you can sit on the couch and read the newspaper. You're not getting in the way of the melech. Yeah? That's all as long as you refer to the Eibishter as a melech. Hashem Yimlech Le'olam V'Oed, through us melech Vahi B'Shurim melech. The pasuk Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad talks about a totally different relationship with the Eibishter. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad means the Eibishter is one and only, and there's nothing else besides him. As everybody knows, the difference between the mitzvah of Achdus Hashem and the mitzvah of Hamonas Elokus. Hamonas Elokus means to believe that the Eibishter exists. The mitzvah of Achdus Hashem is to believe that the Eibishter is one and only, and there's nothing else besides him. And that's Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. If the Eibishter is one and only, and there's absolutely nothing else besides him, that means that my entire being has to be the Eibishter. My entire being has to be my submission and devotion and enthusiastic dedication to the Eibishter. So I get up in the morning for the Eibishter, I walk for the Eibishter, I talk for the Eibishter, I eat for the Eibishter, I sleep for the Eibishter, I learn for the Eibishter, I daven for the Eibishter. My entire existence is the Eibishter. If I have a spare minute, then I have to ask myself, how could this spare minute be used to further my connection with the Eibishter? If the answer is I have to relax, then I should be able to the next minute serve the Eibishter. That's all. That could be the way. I always tell the story. Itcha the Masmid who actually has an Einikol as a shliach here this year, and Shmuley Gordon. Is Rabbi Itcha the Masmid was sent by shlichus of the Friedrich Rebbe to various countries, including England. But I'm speaking specifically when he came to America. My father was a bacher then, and my father was zeicher to see Rabbi Itcha the Masmid came 3 months to America, and the impact that he had when he came to America. So Rabbi Itcha the Masmid stayed in Rabbi Jacobson's house. Rabbi Jacobson went from the head of the Lunacy of America. He was so Rabbi Itcha the Masmid stayed in Rabbi Jacobson's house. Rabbi Jacobson was an elder chassid in Babishman, from Yisrael Jura Visser, and his yard site is on my birthday. And the Bachrim then, the Friedrich Rebbe had not come to America yet. There was no yeshiva, there was no large yeshiva in America. So the Bachrim, my father was learning Torah Das, but in the evening he used to come to Rabbi Jacobson's Lunacy. So they were Hamish in Rabbi Jacobson's house. Rabbi Itcha the Masmid came to Rabbi Jacobson and he stayed there. So Rebbetzin Jacobson told the Bachrim that the Bishop of Masbid was in her house for three months. And for the entire 3 months that he was there, she prepared him a bed. She spread him a bed. And at the end of the 3 months, the bed was exactly like it was when he came. He never used it. Meragli the Puma used to say that Abe Einer schlaft ein, and he collapses, he falls asleep. No, and it's very mensch. He's only human. It happens, a human being collapses sometimes, he falls asleep. But legen sich schlafen, and to say, Eberster, I'm taking a break. That's the chutzpah. The chutzpah. Yeah. So when I tell this over, I always medayik. When I tell this over in yeshiva, when I talk about when I tell them, what does this story mean, lemaisa? Chaz v'sholom, it should not be misinterpreted to understand that a bacher shouldn't go to sleep at night. Adonai, a bacher must go to sleep at night, must go to sleep on time. But he has to know the reason he's going to sleep. He's not going to sleep because now I'm taking a break. I've served you a whole day. I learned chassidus, I davened, I did chitas, Rambam, I learned nigla, I kept this darim, I learned krishma bisman, I did all the right things. Now I can take a break. I did enough for you. Chaz v'sholom. There's no such thing as taking a break from Avodas Hashem. You're going to sleep in order to be able to have keiches to serve the Eibishter properly. So, getting back to my point. Not my point. The point about this is the whole Nekuda of Timchat Mimim, the Rebbe Rashab established Timchat Mimim, that a bacher should become absorbed in an environment where the reality is ein oid milvadim. Elokos v'pshitus. The obvious reality is that on an Eibishter and there's nothing else. Oilam is bizchadshus. Abalabas, outside of the framework of Timchat Mimim, has a world. He's trying to figure out how he can cope with his Yiddishkeit in the world also. When a bacher comes to yeshiva for a Shabbos, I think one of the things he should try and take away with himself is to intensify. When a bacher hastes a bacher who was once a bacher in yeshiva, and he's out there in the world, whether he's shliach, whether he's a baleisik, whether he's a head of whatever, he should try to absorb from Timchat Mimim a reinforcement and a strengthening of this inyan of living the Eibishter, living Elokus, living Torah, living mitzvahs, living Avodas Hashem, living dedication to the Eibishter 24/7, and as much as we have it, we can always intensify it. And at the end of the day, this is Mashiach. What's the difference in the world before Mashiach and the world of Mashiach? The world before Mashiach is a world that's Alam Behester and Elokus. The world of Mashiach is a world that screams out Ein Eid Milvad. And the way we prepare for Mashiach is by living like Mashiach. So the more intensely we live a Mashiach-tic life, that our entire life is the Eibishter, our entire life is durchfinned the kavanah from Lasis Leis Barach Dirah B'Tachtein, our entire life is Kol Yemei Chayecha L'Havi L'Meisa Mashiach, then this is ultimately what it's all about. With them has been Mer Mekusher Mit Neb's kavanah, and with them we get closer and closer to the imminent fulfillment of the Rebbe's promise, as he has Mangu Laschem, and let's extend the Rebbe L'Mata Me'asar Tvachim, the Shama B'Guf, Dolamata, take it from Yad Mamish, the Rebbe Zarisfin from Golus, and Firin the Gula Mitzvah Shlema, take it from Yad Mamish.